Welcome back to the MindFckd podcast.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Lauren, and this is episode 3 of your favourite conspiracy podcast.
But before we get into the pod, we are going to be giving you a MindFckd roundup of what we have done this week. So, first up, we have an article about under 16s in Australia being banned from social media.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We don't want to get into it too much because you guys have to go read the pieces.
You have to go and have a look on our website, www.mindfuck.co.uk. Go and check it out. We next have pigeons. Are they government spies? You'll have to see.
You'll have to find out.
And then we have a feature about the cage, which is actually on our last podcast, and you'll have to tune into that one as well and look on the website.
And I wrote a piece on the full moon and how it changes people. So actually, I've got some crazy stories, guys, so go check those out. Very exciting stuff on the MindFckd website at the moment. So apparently it's a place to be. This is what I've heard. This is what I've heard. God forbid a girl.
Be there or be
Plug.
square.
I've heard this.
Mm-hmm. So today we're going to be talking planet Earth. Very broad, I know, but we're talking weather. Is the Earth flat?
Ocean.
What's happening on our planet?
Do you know what? The planet's a mysterious place. We think we know it all.
But we don't. We definitely don't.
No, sir. So we're going to be exploring that. That's very exciting.
But first, where have we got to go, Lauren?
In MindFckd style, we've got to go down our rabbit hole. And for the last time ever, we are heading down there. So enjoy the journey, look around, have fun.
And we'll see you there. We're here.
What a journey. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you did. So Alex, what is first on the agenda today?
First topic on our list today is flat Earth. Is the Earth flat?
I mean, obviously, they're called flat earthers, Alex. I don't know if you know this, but there are some people who are genuinely dedicated to believing that the Earth is flat. I'm not going to say 100% no, but obviously I don't believe it. You don't believe it.
I don't believe it, no.
No.
But there is a very famous conspiracy theorist, Mark Sargent, who is from the US, and he believes that the Earth is flat, and he actually campaigns that it's flat a lot.
Flat earthers get upset when you don't agree that the Earth is flat.
That is true.
There's also a theory I saw on TikTok that was like, the reason why flat earthers think the Earth is flat is because aeroplanes, when they're going to their country or their journey, they don't adjust their flight path. They don't go down or around. They just go in a straight line.
Just go in a straight line.
But I don't know if I do agree with that, because when you're coming into land, so here's the landing platform. If you're coming into land, you don't just go straight in, you curve onto it.
Yeah.
And that's following the Earth's curvature.
But surely that's just because they're going in the sky. And
Maybe.
You don't curve round, everything's just
Wait,
straight.
so maybe flat earthers have a point. Oh my God.
Maybe they do.
Oh my God. What is happening? And another theory talking about the Earth is the hollow Earth. Now, this shocked me.
You need to explain this to me, because this is what you have researched.
This has shocked me.
So me and Lauren are giving each other little conspiracies today about the Earth. So she's got a few for me. I've got a few to explain.
High five.
To her.
Teamwork.
In sync.
So, the Earth is hollow, and apparently the reason why people say it's hollow is because it contains entire civilizations within it. Some say aliens and some say ancient humans.
Wait, so it's saying that humans that have lived before, so we're talking Neanderthals, are actually
Inside the Earth.
Inside the Earth.
The Earth's hollow. That's where their home is, in the Earth. Whereas the new humans, us, we're on just the outskirts. We don't belong in their world.
Oh,
We don't belong in their world. We're on their world. We don't belong in it.
That could be kind of like a parallel universe sort of thing. You know how they
Maybe.
say time doesn't stop. Time is consistent, so everyone from the past still exists.
No, literally. So this is what I'm saying. A twist of this theory is that Agartha, which is a utopian realm, also exists inside.
So it's just full of people from time before.
Basically. And apparently we're only temporary residents.
So are you saying we're on the outskirts and they're on the inside?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And that's what's hollow about it. However, obviously there's no scientific evidence. This is just speculation. But apparently it's one of the most enduring fringe theories. So it's pretty fun to explore.
I quite like that theory with the thought that everyone from time is just inside Earth.
But I don't really understand this, because you can say that, but we have scientific evidence of what the Earth is inside.
Yeah.
We have the core, big massive core, and then that's iron and nickel, followed by a mantle, a thick layer of molten rock, and the crust.
Equator goes round.
She's so smart.
Yeah.
And I just think, like, how we got people within that? How are people living within rock? They're not.
Well, when I was younger, I used to think that we could walk, you know, like, obviously the Earth's a sphere. We could, like, walk on top of it and, like, walk underneath. And I used to be like, why can't we do that? But obviously, that's not how it works. So
No, it's not, Alex.
No, it's not.
Do you know what, though? I can imagine, like, when I was a kid, just thinking, I could just roll around the Earth.
Yeah, just, like, go round and round and round.
Hire a bike for a day.
I wonder if any of you believe that the Earth is hollow. Because I personally don't, but I do really like that theory. That's
I
quite a
do
good
think
one.
it is quite a good theory. I believe that the Earth is flat more than the Earth is hollow. The Earth is not an Easter egg.
Oh, yeah. I
The
feel like
Earth is not an Easter egg.
If I was going to believe in one of them, it would be flat Earth.
Alex, I want to know your next theory.
Right.
Indulge me.
So, the next theory is the Bermuda Triangle. So, I actually really
Classic.
like this theory. I don't know if you ever watched, like, I don't know, maybe shows on...
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo? I don't remember
I'm not
that
joking. It was in the Scooby-Doo series.
one. I love Scooby-Doo as well.
That's the first time I heard about the Bermuda Triangle.
Really?
Scooby-Doo.
I've seen it in, it must have been, you know, like Wizards of Waverly Place, when I'm sure it's that one. They get stuck on the Bermuda Triangle, I'm pretty sure. And it's just, I don't know if it is that show.
Are you talking about Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief?
No.
Oh.
It was on like Disney shows, because I used to think the Bermuda Triangle was just like this tiny, tiny little bit. Well, I don't really know what it looks like, to be honest.
See, I thought it was a physical triangle that if you, like, go back to our TikToks, I mentioned this in our first ever TikTok we made as MindFckd.
have a look.
But I said that if you step in one toe into the Bermuda Triangle, you disappear.
Yeah, that's
why I thought, like, planes and stuff went.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm gonna tell you today.
Talk to
actually.
us.
Tell you about a few missing flights. So first, what is the Bermuda Triangle? So I did a little bit of research, Lauren.
Of course you did. Treat
And
us.
it's a region in the North Atlantic Ocean in which ships, planes and people allegedly have disappeared into. Now, it could be because the weather's really bad there. There is no actual...
And the boats and stuff sink.
Maybe. There is no actual, when I've Googled it, images of what it looks like, because I'm pretty sure it's just a bit of ocean, because when I've seen it on programmes, they do like a little beach by it. I think they've just named it like the place where people go. I think they've just named it that because people go missing there. But there was a flight, like a plane, in 1945 in World War II that went missing suspiciously and randomly in a navigation training flight for the US Navy. So they were actually dropping bombs as a practice thing, and about 4 o'clock they received a message from, like, you know, when, like, the control room when you can contact
the control
flight.
officers and stuff.
So they received a message saying that the plane had gone off course. They were like, we're off course, we don't know where we are, like, we're lost. Our compasses have, like, broke. Like,
See, that's already a really high intensity panicky situation.
yeah, I know. And they couldn't make out what the pilot was saying after a while of, like, communicating, like, we're lost. And then the last things they heard them say was, it looks like we're entering the water. We're completely lost. And that's it. And they could hear a bit of mumbling, but they can't make out what it said. And 14 people actually, died, I'm assuming. And they never found them. But they sent out teams straight away to go and look for them. They literally couldn't find them. The last 10 minutes they were tracking where they were, because you can obviously see where they were. They couldn't see them anywhere. And they'd gone missing into the Bermuda Triangle.
Had they?
Yeah, but I think recently a team sort of went back to try and investigate what had happened. And I think within about 5 days they found some of the wreckage. So it did take, like, a good long time.
I wonder if maybe, like, in the Bermuda Triangle, it's like deeper water, or there's something to it, because there's been a few times where, like, planes have gone missing near the Bermuda Triangle and stuff. It is really hard, like, for how deep the ocean is. It must be so hard just to discover and find parts of a plane.
Yeah, exactly.
But then also, it's like they have digital things to help with that.
Well, they have them now, obviously.
Very weird.
What I saw on Reddit is that people were saying that it's crazy that they actually found the wreckage of 5 other planes when they were looking for this, that have just gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle.
Isn't it really interesting that there's so much ocean, yet there's so many, even you just said even 5 in one place, that's not a coincidence. They all go missing in the same area.
In the same area.
Like, that's why, what is it in the Bermuda Triangle that sends signals for planes to be like, I'm crashing here.
Well, there's a few theories. Like, there's obviously the theory of the fuel runs out. Like, it was in 1945. They would have known if their fuel was going to run out, but maybe not as well as we would know now. Like, how much exact
or like they
fuel
wouldn't be
do you
able to
have.
like preempt it.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah, but one time maybe, 2 times, it's a bit crazy. 3 or 4 times, that's a pattern.
Yeah, exactly. It's about 5 times, and there's probably a lot more as well. There's also the one, like a theory that the weather there, like they don't know what the weather's going to be like there, so there could be like more hurricanes, like tornadoes or stuff like that, so the plane just goes down.
It depends whether the Bermuda Triangle's feeling nice.
Or it just makes you vanish.
I genuinely believe that it makes you vanish. I wouldn't go anywhere near the Bermuda Triangle if I was on holiday. Although, guys, if there's someone you don't like, throw them in the Bermuda Triangle.
Well,
Easy fix.
There's actually another missing flight. I don't know if you've heard of that, like Malaysia Airlines 370, because they did a documentary about it on Netflix.
And I watched it.
And that vanished. And I'm not sure if it vanished in the Bermuda Triangle. I think it might have just... But where are these planes going?
People don't realise, like, the magnitude of how big a plane is. Mm-hmm. The planes are humongous, like, insane. Like, the amount of things that have tracking devices in planes, like... It almost seems unrealistic to me to think that they absolutely can't find any remains of the wreckage. Like, it almost seems a bit like how, in this day and age, with all our technology and everything we have, we send people down in the ocean all the time. How can we not find a bit of a plane wreckage? Do you know what I mean?
Because that hasn't been found. That's still not been found, and still no one knows what happened. Like, even on the documentary, like, there's no conclusion. It's just, it's missing. We don't know what happened to it.
That's what I'm saying.
So they can't
Bermuda
find
Triangle, very weird. I remember watching it on Scooter, and it was basically like saying, and Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. And as soon as you get into the Bermuda Triangle, it like it physically swallows you up.
Oh.
It's like that's the part of the ocean that swallows you up. It's like that's the theory of it, isn't it?
It must be like a really dangerous part of the ocean, because obviously, like you said, I think we've only discovered like 5% of the ocean.
Oh my God, let's touch on that.
Yeah, oceans.
How the hell have we got so much technology, so much everything? We've only discovered 5%. What do you mean? 5%, do you know how little that is? This is what makes me wonder. How are people confidently drawing globes and colouring in the blue part if you've not discovered it? Not only that, guys, but let's be honest here. We've only discovered 5% of the ocean. How many animals and organisms and little creatures have we also not discovered within that 95%?
Yeah, because there's some creepy things already that we have discovered
really
that are
creepy
in there.
I don't like it. Apparently it's like an anglerfish.
What I saw earlier was like this vampire squid thing, and it was all... But they're sometimes they can be quite cute, but I think it's really freaky how many different... Like, you know, as humans, like, we're all different, but we're all the same.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like... There's so many different things that are in there.
And like you just think like, why are they in there? What are they doing?
Also, how have they been made? Because obviously, like, haven't fish like survived since like pretty much the beginning?
The fish are very resilient. Talking of Alex, a little fishy told me that we have a very special guest who's going to help us with our research and a bit of discussions today.
We do. We have Orla Doherty, who is a co-producer of Our Blue Planet, which is all about oceans, and she also produces a programme called The Deep. And she's going to be talking to us today about her work and all the weird and wonderful things that she's discovered in the ocean.
Insane. I'm very excited about this. We asked Orla if she's encountered any unusual creatures, and this is what she said.
There are so many extraordinary creatures in the deep, and you simply never know what you're going to find every time you dive. That's what makes filming in the deep sea so exciting. I've seen all sorts, from glass squid, completely transparent squid with googly eyes. And the first time I came face to face with one of these in the Azores, after years of looking for one, I called her Olivia. I don't know why, but the name stuck with the whole crew. And then you have things like sea pigs, hilarious sea cucumbers, but they're actually vital to life in the deep sea because they recycle nutrients from the deep sea floor and then make them available to other animals. But almost every creature in the deep has something special or unusual or simply weird to celebrate.
I just want to say a massive thank you to Orla, because I feel like that was a really insightful part of our podcast, and I'm glad we had her opinion, because it's nice to see someone who sees it firsthand.
And thanks to Darcy for getting in contact with Orla for us. So she was a
Amazing.
great asset to our podcast this week.
We've still got a few more conspiracies in terms of the Earth
We have.
to uncover, so I think we should jump right into it, Alex.
So, Lauren, what was your conspiracy on the government controls the weather?
Right, guys, this gets me excited. So, apparently, the government control the weather. Now, I'm going to set the scene for you. Imagine, little DJ board.
Oh, okay, like a little thing. Yeah.
Government's like, do you know what? Because clearly the government are annoyed at us for something because we're getting rain every day. So they've turned up loads of rain. And when it hails down, I think someone's like knocked into the board and it's gone like, shh.
Oh, okay. So are they doing it on purpose or are they accidentally?
They're doing it on purpose. I mean, they're doing it on purpose. But I think that they have to, cause a certain amount of rain each year. They have to cause a certain amount of sun each year. But I think they have a bit of fun with it. The government apparently are controlling the weather. It says here, the government, especially in the US, can control the weather using electromagnetic facilities like HAARP in Alaska. Alleged capabilities is that they create storms, earthquakes, droughts, and even mind control.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they controlled it in America because America feels very controlled and like pitch perfect.
Even like picture
in
Florida.
some ways.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's far from perfect, but there's something about, I know it's probably like TV programs and stuff that makes
No, but
you
I actually
think.
completely agree with you on that.
Yeah.
And even in like Florida, you'll have like pure sun for 3 hours. It'll be a random half an hour drought of rain. And then it'll stop again. It's weird.
Well, I could actually get behind this theory because do you remember in 2020 when we had COVID, there was no rain. There was, in that period from March to like July, there was just no rain. It was boiling hot outside. I've never spent so much time outside, obviously, because
In
we
my
had nothing to
life.
do. But it was like, they were like, oh, this is really shit, everyone. Here's a bit of nice weather.
To make us feel better and us,
So I could actually get behind a bit of like manipulation behind the weather.
Apparently as well, that especially in the US, they feel like natural disasters are too politically convenient. So when there's like a political event or something, there's usually a natural disaster, and they're like, the timing's too politically convenient.
Convenient, yeah.
So that's what they say. And I mean, whoever is on the little dashboard right now, give us some sun.
Can you give us some sun for Saturday, please? So are you saying it could be like a distraction from something that the government are doing and they want something to happen?
Yeah, it could be a distraction. It could be that they want people to be in certain, maybe for an election, they want everyone to be in good spirits, so they make it really sunny. I think it's all just manipulative on what's going on in the world at the time.
Or they want something to happen so that everyone's hating on the government, then something terrible happens, and then the government pick up the pieces and everyone can be like, oh, look how great like the
and
government
it may be
did.
like you said
at,
earlier, it
sorting
takes
out
away
this.
from the issue.
The issue, yeah.
Everyone's so worried about the natural disaster and things that come with it. It is like a distraction, you're right. I just think that like our weather's too up and down. I mean, blame it on global warming, but our weather fluctuates too much. It's not consistent. I feel like there is definitely some sort of manipulation.
Yeah, because my mood depends on the weather. Genuinely.
Don't we all? Like
Yeah, I
right
think
now,
that's
it
the
is
thing.
pouring and rain outside. We're a little bit blue. But
A little bit blue.
A little bit blue. But throw a bit of sun in and we're happy as Larry.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll
Look
be
at
so
us in our
happy.
little green and yellow colours today. We were trying to
I know.
bring the sunshine and the happiness, but
Bring a bit of sunshine to MindFckd today.
clearly not. So if the government are watching,
We're on to you.
we're on.
We
but
know what
also-
you're doing.
But also we know what we do. Just give us a bit of sun, please.
Yeah, please, can you?
So another theory that I've got is that Earth is actually a prison planet.
So what's this about then, Lauren?
Apparently, the Earth is a cosmic jail, quarantined to prevent dangerous souls from leaving and from escaping into maybe something bigger. Because basically, the theory was saying that we're all sinners, we've all done bad things. I mean, not everyone does bad things, but they're basically saying because we have, and everyone's committed to sin, they don't want us to leave Earth. So Earth is our quarantine jail until we die. Like death row.
Okay.
And Scientology have raised theories about this, and apparently a lot of people get this theory and inspiration for this theory from Elon Musk memes.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't trust any Elon Musk meme that I
No.
saw, to be honest. So
No,
you
I'm
can
not
see
too sure.
see what kind of conspiracy that
But
is.
it is a bit of a weird one, because if you think about it, like people believe that there's people living on Mars, people believe that we're not the only living thing.
Well, I do want to ask, because I feel like we haven't spoken about this yet. Do you think there could be a potential for aliens to exist? Because I do.
In I don't think aliens, I just think other living.
Yeah, I don't think like little green people. I just mean like.
I think other things are definitely around, yeah.
There can't be.
My best friend could be on another planet.
There you
Selfish.
go. You can't. Do you believe in that theory where like there's another planet where it's just us but different versions of us? So kind of like parallel universe, but like say like us
the
were all
ideal
living
version
on
of it.
Mars or something, and we were like the better version of us.
We are on this earth as imperfection versions of ourselves. As soon as we die, that we go to the other parallel universe where we're absolutely perfect. We're that best ideal.
Oh, okay.
So we're the perfect version of a chair, a perfect version of Alex, a perfect version of Lauren. So we're just here to get experiences and learn and sit, and then when we die, we get to the perfect
place. Well, I actually believe in reincarnation, and
do you believe in like people come back as animals?
yeah, I believe in people coming back as anything. Like, this sounds so stupid, but I've always believed that, so say you die, how can you not be born again? That sounds so stupid, but I always used to think like...
I was ready to question, how can you be born again?
See, no, I always just think, how can you not be born again? Like, I'm born and I wasn't aware of it, and now I'm here. So why couldn't someone else birth something that you're... It doesn't have to be you physically, it can just be someone else. I don't know how to explain it, but I've always thought that you can come back, but it's not you, but you're someone else. I don't understand.
I kind of get what you mean. How is like your soul and everything just gone?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Where does the soul go?
This is a bit deep down the rabbit hole, actually. I did have a bit of an existential crisis
the
the
bottom
other
of
day.
this rabbit hole.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's very interesting for all you guys to consider, MindFckd audience.
Yeah, does anyone believe in aliens or other life or reincarnation?
Comment down below. We want to hear your opinions. And realistically, guys, what the aim of this podcast is to do is to make you leave feeling mindfucked.
Yeah.
Hence the name. So if we're not, I think we've done a pretty good job, but if we're not doing that, we're doing something wrong.
Well, I hope we're doing our job right.
Okay, guys, another theory that we've got is that, I think this is quite a big one, that the moon landing was fake. Now, apparently, Apollo 11 didn't happen. And there's actually a lot of reasons for this. I think one of the big ones that I always believe is that in some of the photographs, there's shadows.
Yeah.
Of
So
camera crew and stuff.
I'm looking at one now. I can see like this little shuttle thing and a few people behind it, and I thought there wasn't supposed to be shadows on the moon, but apparently there is, because I'm stupid. But
no, I thought that too. I also think there's like, apparently there was a picture of someone without their helmet on.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, if you've not got a helmet on, you die.
Yeah.
So that was kind of shocking. And a big one is the amount of interviews with people who's, you know, claim to have been part of the operation of Apollo 11 and other moon landings. There's been interviews with this guy that's saying, nope, it didn't happen, we faked it, it didn't happen. There's lots of ways that we faked it. I'm not really sure if he was part of such an incredible historical event, why he would say that if there wasn't some sort of truth.
Wait, so he said he faked it?
He said they faked the moon landing. It's actually not real.
So the person who landed on the moon, if anyone didn't know, is Neil Armstrong, and he landed on there in 1969. And I don't think he himself has said it was fake, but I feel like, I don't know whether people are trying to, like, you know, when they try and wind you up, like make a little in-joke, like how celebrities joke about being the Illuminati and stuff. And I feel like it must not be fake because it was such a massive event.
I also think it's a massive event, but I also think that doesn't, I don't know.
It does look kind of fake on the photos. It looks like they're on a little set. But that's what people say, that they're on like a film set.
One thing it says is that NASA made people believe or think that the moon landing was fake because they actually tampered and destroyed evidence, including some of the photos, the tapes, radio, and TV transmissions, and some of the moon rock sample. Would you like to walk on the moon one day? What do you don't feel like under your feet?
I don't know. I don't think... Did you see those two astronauts that got stuck there for like months and months and months, and they only just brought them back? They look older because they've been stuck there for so long.
Apparently time's different in space.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that? Apparently something like there's... a few days there is like a few hours here or something like that. Like it goes. I'm pretty sure it's like different time zones. That's another theory if you feast your eyes on.
You wouldn't think it would age someone.
But then again, you're in a place with like no gravity, and you're in a place with like...
You're not eating the same food. Like it's not a natural environment.
Your body's in a very unnatural environment, so I can understand why the body's reacting the way it is.
Because I'm sure space food is like powder.
powder and it's all packed in
And it's all
vacuum
like
packed.
vacuum packed up, so you wouldn't be eating properly, you wouldn't be
Do
exercising.
you know what I've always wanted to try? Astronaut ice cream.
I've tried that before.
No way.
Yeah, when I was at school, there was this school trip. I didn't go on it, but my friend brought back astronaut ice cream, and it was quite good actually. But
Glad you've had that experience.
no, it was nice. But I don't think I think I would like to walk on the moon. I wouldn't actually do it. It's like how I say, oh, I'd love to jump out of a plane.
Skydiving.
Skydive. I'd love to skydive, but I actually wouldn't.
Yeah, but that's possible. I think that skydiving is more likely than the moon.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is like it's one of them things that
Yeah.
you say, but if I actually had the opportunity, I'd be like, no.
Valid. I think that's very valid. Also, like, how much pollution does it put into our air when we go to space? A lot. So I don't think anyone should be going to space anytime soon. So guys, Orla is a versatile lady. She not only gave us all the information about sea creatures, but she also gave us some more information. Alex, what else did she tell us?
So we asked her what challenges does she face when filmmaking and documenting in the sea. And she said, while the excitement of diving in the deep means that you never know what you're going to find, equally that means you find literally nothing. So sometimes they don't even find anything and they just feel like it's a waste.
A waste of time, yeah.
So I've had some really unproductive days looking for animals in mid-water. So that's when you're hanging in the water column and not exploring the sea floor. So in her first ever shoot in the deep sea, it was a mid-water shoot, and she said, I came home with practically nothing after three weeks of bobbing about in the coral sea looking for a certain animal. I wonder what she was looking for.
Maybe she's looking for her little Olivia see-through squid.
Yeah, she might have been.
Maybe
actually.
she was.
She might have been.
I wonder how, like, always, like, studying the ocean and, like, being in the ocean has changed her perspective of the world.
Well, she actually said to us that getting to know the deep sea firsthand has completely changed her understanding of the ocean. And up until then, she spent a decade living at sea. Oh my God.
That's insane.
That's insane. Studying coral reefs all across the Pacific Ocean from an expedition ship. So she's really
A decade
there
on
a
the
long
ocean.
time.
Guys, if you suffer with seasickness, that is not the job for you.
I do as well. I suffer with it so bad.
Yeah, me too. So I would have to be taking my little sickness wristbands.
No, there'd be no way. Do they work?
No.
No, I was going to say. She said, I've never stopped to think about what went on any deeper where the corals grew, which is in the very upper sunlit layer of our oceans. She said she's even sailed over Challenger Deep, which is the deepest place on Earth.
Wow.
But never thought what actually might be down there. And she got to explore it for herself. And she learned how beautiful and breathtaking it is, but also how essential it is to life on our planet and our animals.
She has got an incredible job, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. It's really interesting.
It's insane. Like, I can imagine how rewarding that is for her and just how beautiful it is. Because I feel like there's so much, like, at face value when you look at the earth in everyday life that you just don't really, it's like, it's okay. But like, if you're going down in the deep ocean and like discovering things, it must be amazing.
No, I know. Imagine like the feeling of discovering something.
Insane. And like being able to be like, that's my discovery.
Yeah, I know. So go and watch Our Blue Planet.
Go watch Our Blue Planet, guys. Come on, it'll be amazing.
But thank you to Orla for answering all of our questions for us.
Thank you, Orla.
We really appreciate that.
We hope you enjoyed our massive planet conspiracy podcast
I
today.
quite enjoyed this one because some of them are quite believable.
Some of them I actually
few
walked
of
away
them
being
are.
like, I like them.
Well, if you believe in any of these conspiracies, don't feel shame. This is what our podcast is about. We don't judge. I mean, it's just what our opinions are and
what we've heard from other people.
What we've heard from other people, what we've found online. So
it's never a fact thing, just having a bit of fun.
And I think this is a recurring theme now. Take it with a pinch of salt.
Take it with a pinch of sea salt.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed our MindFckd podcast. We've loved making it.
We've really enjoyed it.
I hope we fucked your mind.
Yeah. Well, follow us on our socials. So on our Instagram, TikTok and Facebook, we are at MindFckdMag. And check out our website at www.mindfuck.co.uk.
And remember, the amount of stories on there now, you guys are in for an absolute treat.
There is so much stuff on there. We have paranormal, AI, UFOs. We have everything you could think of. So
We've
go
even
and
got
check it
some
out.
food features. So for those who are a little bit peckish, head over there now.
So we hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and
And
listening.
and thank you so much. We'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.